Hello, and welcome to another stream. Another stream of another game dev. Let me read you from the YouTube page. My Caster Labs hasn't connected yet, so I'm going to read you from there. Okay, so Nick, uh, hello, hello Nick. I say today's to do for my game is test, fix the AI, configure it for the five enemies, and not the two main mechanics, along with fixing my junky game manager. Well, sounds like a lot of work for one day, but cool stuff, cool stuff. And you say sounds like a lot, but the AI was far harder than I thought. Yeah, like how long did it take you, or did it took you to make the AI? Because AI does take some time. It happens to me too. Like when I do AIs or like enemies or whatever, it generally takes me a lot of time. And generally, I don't make it like everything. Um, I don't complete everything at once. I generally tend to just making some states of the finite state machine. That's normally the way I do it. And then when I in some time I start making the other states if there are. And Audi Gamer say not first. What's up, Audi Gamer? Yeah, Nick goes first, but still, you're super, super early. So thank you for that. And yeah, how are you? How are you, Audi Gamer? And Egg, you say I'm third. Hello, welcome to the stream, Egg. Welcome, welcome. And Nick, you say if I don't make it at all, I won't do it. It's okay. It's okay. Work as you like, and it's super productive. So cool stuff. And Mr. B, you say hello, Roman. What's up, Mr. B? Welcome to the stream. How are you, dude? How's everything going for you? How is everything going for you, Mr. B? Tell me. So yeah, let me show you my screen here. I hope this. Yeah, now it's connected, and I can see some messages from Michael MK that says, "Yo, what's up, Michael?" And yeah, so that's it. I think that's all the messages. So in here, like I have the Notion page for today. Yeah, you say I'm built different. So for today, I only have one task, and that worries me. That worries me because I haven't haven't got any uh, progress from the artist, but like I do have some progress. So the concept artist made a comeback. I don't know, and it's now working with us again. It seems, but like I haven't got any real things that I can work with for today. So I'm gonna show you what the concept artist did because it's cool stuff. But there's nothing I can implement. So yeah. And Mr. B say, I apologize. I've been so inactive in stream. Just life been a bit rough lately, so I haven't had time to join. It's completely okay, Mr. B. You don't have to be active at all. I hope that whatever you're going through now gets better, and don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Just take it easy, and I hope it just gets better. Okay. And like you say, no, and tell them you say hello, what's up, Tally? I didn't play your game yesterday because I wanted to ask you today if I can play it on stream because I would like to. I don't know. I think it's cool that you can see like what I think like in real time of your game. So yeah, if you don't want me to play it on stream, like that's totally okay. I play it today after the stream. But yeah, I wanted to ask you, can I play it on stream? Like right now. And Michael, you say I'm gonna play Among Us. Okay, have fun. And Egg, you say I'm going to do the second life to escape. Fine. Second life to escape. Okay, I don't know what's that. But okay, Egg, have fun. And you're asking me to see the progression. Okay, so I'll show you what we have for now. There are some things that we changed. Mainly, I think yesterday we changed the combat system a little bit, so it works better. It just works better. Now the animations are controlled by code, not by the animations themselves. So that's something. And also the ledge grabbing. Well, we also have like there's nothing new really apart from that. We also fixed some other stuff like the camera got stuck here and it kind of it was working a little bit bad when it got to corners. So uh, yesterday was mostly fixing stuff, and so the tester discovered that you can like do a jump, uh, that on the walls. So I know how he does it, but I know it's something that you can do. So you can like jump from the wall slide, which is really weird and it's probably something that I should fix. But uh, we talked about it and uh, thought, hey, this is not really important, so let's just move on to something else and try to just make some progress. And this is not that bad. And Nick, you say so you didn't have an exit plan if it gets cancelled or just dies out. So yeah, I do have an exit plan, or what I'll do if this gets cancelled, I will just move on to another project. I'll start something new. Uh, I'll work alone probably. I don't think I want to work with people in a while. So I'll just work alone with a new project that I know I can finish, in a time, and I don't have to depend on other people. So I can just make progress every day. And Zero Rat, you say, "Are you winning? What's up, Zero Rat?" Not really, but we're gonna try to make some progress here. And Mr. B, you say, "I hope it gets better as well." Well, it'll be a rough few months, but I'll get through it. Yeah, I know you will get through it, Mr. B. So keep your head up and just go through it, even though it may be hard. And Tali, you say, I'll be more than happy for you to play Cakes and Dragons on stream. Okay, yeah. So before I start making something today, or okay, let me just show you what the concept artist did. And then I'm going to play the Cakes and Dragons, which is a game by Dev. And then I'm going to, let's see, then I'm going to see what happens. Because there's something I should do, like probably going to make the combat zones, so like spawning enemies and stuff. And say nice. What happened to the bot? So the bot is here. I'm gonna show you. The bot is here. I just have to activate it. Is the bot is pretty annoying, and it's like it can't hurt you. So the other enemy can't hurt you. Uh, so just because it's annoying, I deactivated, but it's here. It's here. And you can hit it and stuff. But the octopus has some more functionality on that is currently not on the. I don't know why I can hit up. There's a problem there. Well, yeah. So it has more functionality. Uh, the octopus has much more functionality than the bad enemy, because the bad enemy like works a little bit different. But I'm gonna get to work into that on another day when I do have more animations. And I can make it say he didn't mention Souls Collector 2. Countdown. Like, and Theora to say you need to put on your winner mindset. Yeah. And so you should be faster than it. And you say such aggression in the chat today. Yeah. Today everyone's beating up. Everyone. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna show you. Let me open Affinity Photo so I can open these files. And it's on here. Isn't it here? Yeah. So these are all the backgrounds. So I need to select everything on here, and I'm just going to drag to here. So I don't care about the update. So yeah, let's just cancel. So these are all the backgrounds that the concept artist made for the game. And Tali, you say, if when you play Cakes and Dragons, try and find your Easter egg. Yeah, I'm gonna play it right after I show these backgrounds. I'm gonna go and play it. So and I'll try to find the Easter egg. Yeah, so here, like we have some kind of what would be ground, or well, this is gonna be like a boss area or something. Then we got here, like this is gonna be one of the first areas, and on here like another area. Like this is just like concept, so I can't use this really because this is not a tile set or anything. Because I would gladly start making or implementing a tile set, but this is not it. So I'm going to just have to wait a little bit more. I don't know really when, but okay. Yeah, so that's it. I'm just going to play tell this game, Cakes and Dragons, and from there I'll just make like an attacking area, or I don't know, no, not an attacking area. What I want to do today, logic, a combat zone. Yeah. So I'll explain you how that works after I finish playing the game from Tali. So let's go on the Discord server. This is on share work in progress, right? So I'm gonna go in here and open the game. So it's not a web version; it's on. You have to download it. So I'm gonna just download it in here, and I have it there. So I'm gonna just go in my folder in Cakes and Dragons. I should I just extract it here? I'm gonna create a folder for it, so I don't want to get this disorganized. So let's make a new folder. New folder. New folder is gonna be Cakes and Dragons. Gonna cut this, put this in here, and now I can say WinRAR extract here. Let's play it on Godot. And let me read you. Those are so pretty. Yeah, those backgrounds are really cool. But sadly, I can implement them right now because they are just like concept art. And sadly, you say sadly there is no web build. Okay, that's completely okay. And say 09, Hagen Vegan. What? And Nick, you say, Roman, seeing how slow the progress is and will be, even if all the artists be active, you'll be able to make two games at once. Yeah. So that's the problem. That's the problem. And I should be able to I should be able to make more progress in another game. So that yeah, sadly. That's sadly because I really want to make this game like the game that I'm working on, but it's slowing me down. It's slowing me down a lot because there are days that I have to uh, do things that are not priority. Just start making mechanics and stuff that I shouldn't be doing, and because of that, I have to just so I do something on that day, and because of that, I have to redo some things. So yeah, but let's stop let's stop talking about that and let's focus on Cakes and Dragons. But first, Dharma, you say, "Hey, I'm back. Do you remember? I remember your name. Yeah, I know exactly in which stream you were, but I do remember the name or the username Dharma. So welcome back to the stream. Good to have you here." Okay, so let's play. I really like this guy here. Let me. I don't know if I should deactivate my camera or something because I think I'm in the middle. Maybe I'm just going to move here for a bit so you can see this little guy, this cute little guy. So let's see if I press play. I don't know if I tell me, should I remove my camera or you want to see me somewhere? I don't know, tell me. And Roman, they tried to take revenge on me. Ooh. And Dolly say I'm quite new at game dev, so don't expect much. Completely okay. Completely okay. Okay, so I think I'm gonna remove this. And then you say, yeah, let's stop the extension thread. Got a chef hat on. This game is terrible. Okay, I like the sounds. I think I'm gonna. Oh, did I close it? Yeah, I did. Okay, no worries. I can open it again. Press escape. Okay, open the gates and dragons. Use A on D or the arrow keys to move. Okay, moving. Space to jump. Is there something up there? So Kelly told me like there is a Easter egg with the logo of the channel somewhere. So I want to check everything out. So click mouse one to throw a cake bomb. Okay, yeah, that's nice. I really like it. I really like it. The design is pretty cool and the explosion too. For stunning the bomb before it explodes to launch really high. Okay, nice. I really like that mechanic. So this is a dragon. There are two ways of killing a dragon. One, jump on its head or fit it a cake bomb. Oh, it's going to explode? Nice. Okay, well done. Now get out of this cave using the flag. Okay, so it's like a teleport. I can go there. Should I jump here? I think I'll leave that for later. I wanna see what's here. Yeah, I think I got hit. Like the mechanic of being launched off by the gate. Oh, nice. Right here, can I jump from here? What if I jump from here then? Oh, you fell down this tiny hole. You're bad at platformers. Okay, so that wasn't intended. I had to not go there. I fit this one bomb. I really like it. I really like the animation that it does when it gets. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the volume a little bit down, like this. Is it? Is this? Is this better? Without too loud in OBS. Yeah. What now? Is it better now? Is it, next level, go right, left, sorry. Okay. Potion is sick. I should I go left or what? Let me just explore. Let's see. Okay, let me get there. Nice. So there's a flag there. Eggs and Dragons made by Step. This is the end of the game of the demo. Press escape to quit. Nice demo. I do really want to explore a little bit more. Let me give it another try. Let me open this again. Yeah, the explosion animation is sick. And I can make you say, I don't like how repetitive the texture is, but this is a demo. Like, it can get improved later. But as a proof of concept, I think it's pretty cool. Like the mechanics and stuff, pretty cool. So let me climb. And so now I went right. Now I'm gonna go left. Okay, so I want to get there first. Probably. I'm gonna get Gamer of the Year for playing this because I'm pretty bad. But yeah. So now I'm giving this. Oh, yeah, one more try to get there. So Sally told me like there's like an Easter egg. So I want to find that. I want to find that. It's that gate. Let's see if I can get there. Oh, Yeah, one more one more try. I really want to get there. I really want to get there. Yes. Let's wait for it to explode. And from here. Okay, yeah. Now it's go. So oh, it's there. It's a whole logo. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. And here there are more. You know what would be cool too? Like adding secret doors or something. I know there are a lot of games that do that, and it's pretty cool when they do. Here, for example, you could like have a secret wall that is doesn't have collisions, so you can get somewhere else. But yeah, overall, cool game. Cool game. I really like the main mechanics. It's something that really like works. I really have fun with the main mechanics. So cool stuff. Cool stuff. Really enjoyed the game. So thank you for sharing it on the Discord. Really enjoyed it. And Nick just said making it less vibrant could do the trick. Go left in the second level. Yeah, there you got the Easter egg and yeah for concept yeah and Demon from TF TF2 I game. Cake, you're very close. Yeah, everyone like you mentioned. Yeah, it was awesome for a small demo. That was really cool. Like like the main mechanic just worked really great. So cool stuff. I mean, it's your first game. It was really well put. Like my first game when I did my first game was nothing compared with what you did now. So thanks a lot for sharing it. Thanks a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to here. And what can I do with this? I don't think I can do any of this. Like anything with this. Because I would need to have like a tile set or of some kind. Like I know this is cool for concept art, but for putting it into the game, either I would have to do the tile set, which I don't want to do because I'm not like the artist, or yeah, that's not my role in here, or nothing. I could just do another thing. So I'm going to go and try to do the other system, like the spawning enemies system. How long did it take to make the demo? How did you say? About a month. Seems a bit about right. Thank you. It's not my very first game, but I took a course before this one. Nice, nice. And Sierra to say draw a small octopus in the background. I should put I should put the the art that you did the other days, Sierra. I should put it somewhere in the game, but since we don't have any map for now, it's just not going to be there um until we find like somewhere to put it, you know. But I would really like to have that in the game. Okay, so now let's go in here, and I'm gonna explain you how I want this to work really. So logic for combat zones. So this is gonna I'm gonna just translate you what it says here. So this is the system in charge of creating and maintaining a constant quantity of enemies alive when entering a combat zone. The eliminated enemies are going to be replaced for new ones until the necessary enemies are eliminated. So that's the translation of that. And yeah, so that's the way I want this to work. And tell Dev, you say any ideas for what to up next? I think it would be good to have more levels first, and well, not necessarily more levels, but more things to do with the cake, or more things, or explore further what you could do with that mechanic, because that mechanic is cool, like being launched buy the cake skill. So maybe find something that you can do with the cake that is like give more functionality to the cake or to the jumps that you can do with the cake. And with that, you can make more maps that take advantage of that. So yeah, just expanding on that mechanic. And need to say, looking at the drone vibe shouldn't be level, just be invisible collision, the background art. Uh, yeah, so it's not going to you're not going to collide with that. Mostly, all you saw there is going to be like non-collision. Just going to be a ground, and there's no non-collision, and there's going to be like a parallax effect. Um, and Stoner Jesus say size up. What's up, Stoner Jesus? Welcome to the stream. And need to say instead of a tileset. So yeah, the thing is, I need tileset anyways because there are two options. Either I have a tileset and I can just paint the places, or I could have like a longer map because this is no this doesn't have the appropriate size. I think I closed everything, so this doesn't have the appropriate size. The images that I showed you before for a level, you know. So that's why I wanted a tile set. And you're right to say I'm the world's biggest octopus enthusiast. And Clark just say, "Hey there, Roman. How are you? What's up, Clark? Welcome to the stream. I'm good. How are you?" And Zero to say you could add more enemies and maybe like wall jumping or something. Uh, I know about the wall jumping, but enemies are like we have trade plan enemies, but the animators are still working on them, so no progress on that. I'm glad to say I'm good. Nice, great that you're good. And Natalia, you say, but wall jumping would make the main mechanic almost pointless. Um, yeah, so I don't know about the wall jumping, but uh, yeah, it's something to be considered. But the thing is, if I do wall jumping, like the ledge cramming is going to be a little bit left behind, or yeah, left behind. And Clark, you say, good to know. You're ready for tomorrow. I don't think you'll. I don't think you can prepare for for what I'm going to do tomorrow. Just 24 hours streaming. That's gonna certainly gonna be something. I don't know. I don't know. I'll just do it. I'll just do it and see what happens. But I do have things prepared. Like I do have a schedule around what I want to do, and probably going to start tomorrow by probably it's not something for sure, but probably gonna start tomorrow by making a game, making a game in a limited time with some ideas that you share in Discord. So I'm gonna uh, let you like comment whatever you want, any mechanic that you want on the Discord channel, and then with all of those mechanics, I know every half an hour or every hour, I'm going to spin the wheel and I have to implement a new mechanic into the game. I'm probably going to be a crap game, but yeah, it's just fun, I think. And then I'm going to probably just play Cuphead or Get Over It. No, it's Get to Work. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, that's all my plans for today or for tomorrow, really. And again, they can you say, Roman, my mic broke. How do I make the beat now? If you don't have a mic, I know. Do you have a phone? So you can record with your phone too. And Dolly, you say, I have ability for dragons to breathe fire. Just haven't implemented it yet. Nice. Yeah. So you could also implement that to the enemies. Okay. So let's start making the attack areas or the combat areas. So the way I thought I wanted to make this is let's see. So probably I'm gonna need a place that has a lot of space. So let's start in here. I'm gonna make this bigger so you can see this better. And I'm going to create here a new, create empty. So this is going to be what, a combat area, and I'm going to move it to roughly there, like roughly in the middle of this. So let's say 12.5 on the y, let's say 70 on the x, and 0 on the z. So we're working on 2D. I don't want any movement on the z, and 0 to say wheel spin for octopus jump scare. I hope I could do something like that, like just when the maybe we can make an maybe we can make it a custom spin or a custom wheel spin. Like I could program that, I think. But I don't know if that would make a lot of sense. Probably not. Probably gonna be a waste of time. But yeah, I think probably it's gonna be a waste of time. I'm not going to do that. Like you say, I would eat that octopus if I weren't allergic. I don't eat the octopus. The octopus has been beaten up since the game started development, so I think it deserves a break. And Nick, you say, "Oh, how do I get the distance between two objects without a raycast?" You can ask Vector 2. Let me show you on a script. Let me open a script. So I'm gonna create a script for the combat area, and on there I'm gonna show you what how would I do that. So in here, let's see. Where can I put this? I don't know. I'm just going to create a new script around here, or probably on enemies. I don't know if I should put this on enemies. Yeah, I'm just going to create a script there, like on the scripts. And this is going to be a combat area. Combat area. Romanleco bitten and tortured so many times already. Eating it is freedom. You're probably making it a favor. So okay, so I'm gonna. If you want to get the distance between two things, you can have like I don't know, a vector. Gonna be vector 3, something, something one, and you have vector 3, something two. I'm gonna do something at update, or yeah, it doesn't matter really. So when you want to get the distance between these two, I could say vector 3, or I could have a float, and this is gonna be the distance. Okay, so you have the distance, and this is gonna be equal to vector 3 that distance, and you put something one and something two, something one, something two, and that's it. That's the way you get the difference in distance, or the distance to one vector to another. And egg, you say recording with my phone would remove the OBS filters though. You can filter the audio after then. That's a way. And Sierra to say no, it needs to go home to its octopus family. And he said relieving the pain. Adding green dragons that can breathe fire. Nice. Cool stuff, Sally. And Clark said Romanleco promoting octopus abuse. What a shameless person. Yeah, so that exists. That exists, and that's something that you can use for calculating distance. Other other way of doing it is just subtracting one from the other. You get the distance, but that's more like a direction. Okay, so how do I want this to work? I want this to be like a massive So I'm gonna have like two walls. So when you enter a combat area, I'm gonna make sure you are like you get you can't escape it until you beat all the enemies. So I will have two box colliders. So I'm gonna just put them here. Serialize field, private, private. What? Let me just copy this message on here so I know what exactly do I have to do, and let me translate it to English too. What a long message. I think I'm going to put it somewhere. Yeah, from here. Okay, so uh, create, 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 and contain. On this is maintain like this or maintain. I don't know. Really, don't judge me on the English. Uh, a constant quantity of alive enemies when entering a combat zone. When entering the combat zone. And what else? So I'm just putting these messages for me so I know exactly what I have to do and with what this is. So the eliminated enemies are going to be replaced for new ones until uh, enough has been enough has been eliminated. Eliminated. I think I'm making some grammar mistakes in here, like in English. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think you get what I say here. So yeah. Let's see. I will need a box collider today. So box collider 2D. This is gonna be um left wall, left invisible wall, left invisible wall. Then I'm gonna have another one, serialize field, private box. Well, it's the same thing. So I could literally just do this. So Control C, Control V, and this is gonna be right instead of left. And what else? What else? I'll need also in here. This is also going to be a collider. So I'm going to say here, or let me just set this up. Let me just set this up. So in here, I have this combat area. I'm going to add a component. So this component is going to be Xbox Collider 2D since I'm working in 2D. Now I will have two empties here. So this is going to be collider left. And I'll have a box collider 2 in here. And I'm going to duplicate it. And this is going to be box or collider right. And what else? What else? Both of these are going to be trigger. Well, the three of this, like these three, are going to be triggers. So let's just increase the sizing on this. And tell you say it feels so weird to have a creator play my game. A creator. Well, I guess kinda. Like I don't think. Yeah, maybe I just don't. I'm not used to being called a creator, but I'm glad that you. I know you liked it. I hope you did like me playing your game and the feedback. Uh, So yeah, I'm gonna say here the combat area. I'm gonna increase the sizing on this. So like, let's say for now on the Y, let's say it's a 20 or an 18. I think 18 is it's okay. Or yeah, let's do a 20. Let's do a 20. I'm gonna put this on 15, 15, 16. Yeah, 16 is okay. And I need to say, Teledev, do you see how it feels to be popular? So I'm gonna make this 40. I think 40 is okay. 40, let's say 50. 40, 50. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave this as 44. Leave this as 44. I'm gonna, or let's, yeah, I think I'll leave it as 42. So on the collider right, I can just have a dimension of 1, and the invisible wall is going to be at, let's say 22. So 20, 20 in here, 20, and here is going to be 20. So now I just have to make, well, the collider area. I just have to move it. So I'm going to move it somewhere here. Move it in here. I think there is okay. Let me move this here. Yeah, there. So 21.5. And here minus 21.5. So now if I click all of this, there are like three colliders. Three colliders. And Tali, you say, I don't know, six people have seen the games page and 2 downloads. Nice. I think my first game was played by 2 people too. So that's nice. Okay, so collider left. It's gonna be, I think I'm going to increase the size on this. And I'm going to pull it a little bit more to here, like this. Command area 22 instead of this, like this. And now I'm just going to make this just a little bit wider. So it's, I think that's going to be better. Here, command area. Yeah, so now that I have those like command area, I will need to go in here and put this script on the combat area. So I will need to assign the collider left on the collider right. And now let's get back to the script. Nick say my first game was played by 3 at once because it was a local multiplayer thingy. Nice. I've never done a local multiplayer. I think I that's something I want to do probably this year, making a multiplayer game. Nicky say maybe I'll try the project. It's very silly indeed, looking back. Uh, yeah, feel free to share that. Would be awesome. And Sierra to say I've always wanted to try make a game, but I'm still so clueless on how to even get started with on this stuff. Um, so if you really want to get into game dev, like you don't have to like it could be like a hobby or anything. I'm not suggesting like making this full time. Just as a hobby, I would start with Game Maker. It's a free game engine, just 2D 2D game engine. Well, you can do 3D stuff, but I would suggest you start with um, platformer. You search platformer game maker, and you'll get this tutorial. So this tutorial is fire, I think. So I started making one of these games, and I started with game maker. It just like makes you not fear seeing code. I think that's the best thing about starting with a game engine like this. It just makes you not fear code and just try to understand. Because at first, I know It's kind of intimidating to see like a full wall of text. And tell you say I'd recommend Scratch. Get used to the world of coding. Scratch is a good idea too. And need to say I'll describe it best I can imagine Flappy Bird and Scratch, but you don't fall constantly. You can shoot. There are huts on a damn boss. Super silly. And Sierra is like, yeah, I think my problem is the full codes I see. It looks super complicated. And I go, wow. Yeah, it's something that happens. Like when I started too, I was just impressed by the code, and uh, I didn't comprehend how people really wrote it and understand it. But it's just like learning. Uh, I know keywords. It's like learning keywords and learning structures. And for example, here, like these things that I always write, making a variable is something that took me like a day to understand. So just that, it's just give it the time that it needs, and you'll get far. Okay, so and I'm not like the most experienced programmer or anything, but I'm not that smart. You can do it. The thing is, everyone sees a big jumbled mess of letters, and then you break it down. Until you say Python is an easy to learn language, and also there's like more options if you want to go to 3D. You can use Godot, you can use Unreal, you can use Unity. Those are more like the really common engines. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to check on void, on trigger, uh, or on trigger enter. I'm gonna make on trigger enter. So I'm gonna call this event on 2D void on trigger enter 2D. I don't need collider 2D other, and here void on trigger exit 2D. And what else? Yeah, so I'll need a collider 2D too. Collider 2D other. And here I'm gonna say if other that compare tag is player, so it's tagged as player. Did the player enter this? I'm gonna do something, and I'm going to copy this on here too. So what do I want to do when the player enters? When the player enters, probably, well, it's gonna be like on the middle. It's gonna be on the middle of the combat area. And Tali say Godot is what I used for Cakes and Dragons. Yeah, so I saw the Godot logo. And the good thing about Godot is that you own it. So once you download it, like the version is yours. It's not like they can't they can't take it away from you like in every other engine that is not open source. Okay, so other that compare tag, or they can change any like politics or whatever. So yeah, let's see. When I enter this, I want to check if I well, I think I'm gonna activate the walls, but first I'm gonna make the combat area or the trigger on the combat area, the collider. I'm gonna make it have less size. So when I enter it, I'll really have to be like inside. So it's gonna be 39 probably, 39, something like that. And Sierra to say other engines can just take it away. It's not like they can take it. Well, if you have a downloaded version, it's not like they're gonna take it away from you. But in other engines, apart from you having to pay for publishing or whatever. If you make a certain amount of money, they're going to charge you. They can change the politics of or what you can do with the game engine. Uh, they can change the rules basically of how the software works, and yeah, that's it. So if you they can do that, and that's something they can't do on Godot, for example. Yeah, and license is needed in some, like most game engines have some kind of license. Or for example, Unity is free, you know. But if you get over $200,000 in sales, then you start paying. So I think it's fair. It's fair, and Unreal works similar too. So it's like if you are if you did a great game using the engine, you start paying, but otherwise just don't. And you say, "Lol, take it away in a legal way." Yeah, Zero to say, "Oh, I was like imagining they just steal it from you and refuse to give you your code back." No, that's not the way it works. It would be well, not funny, but would be I don't know, weird, just weird. Okay, I'm gonna make this to 38, and I'm gonna say when it enters, I'm going to I'll have a variable here, so or a function here. It's gonna be void set colliders activity dvt, and I'm gonna call this wall colliders. Set wall colliders. Set wall colliders activity, and on here, what I'll do is just have a bool value, and I'll assign it to both. So left invisible wall dot enabled equals value, and right invisible wall dot enabled equals value. Godot is the goat, completely free. I think Godot is a good engine, and for starters too. Like if you are just getting started, I think there are more resources. Like the main benefit of using Unity, I would say, is that when I started learning, there were a lot, well, like way more resources to learn from, and the community that uses Unity is great. Maybe not the they have messed up, like the engine has messed up, but the community is super good. So those 2 points are what I would go and say that's good about Unity, but there's a lot of more pros in other engines too, or there are a lot of pros in other engines too. So that's ultimately a decision that you have to choose, like yourself. Like no one's gonna be telling you, okay, you should use this engine because this engine is the one. No, there's nothing like that. Even though I use Unity, Unity is not the go-to engine. You know, just experiment, see what you like, see what engine, what functionality you like to have, what language do you like to use, whether you're going to be using 2D or 3D, and according to that, use one or another. And depending if you're comfortable. For example, um, now I'm just really comfortable using Unity, and I've been using it for years. So that's why I use it and don't transition to any other, because it does what I want to do. You say, I like how I write something in Writer, like a variable I haven't made yet, and then it turns the variable name into a full on script randomly. I think you can do, and I discovered this like in this year or no previous year. Um, if you can do the same, like for example, if I say on here debug the log, or no, I'm gonna call this like I'm gonna call this, I don't know, debug wall activity, activity, to, and I make this like this, I think I can just say control point or dot, and I can generate the method like quick fix or introduce the local for debug as well. So yeah, that's something that you can also use in here. Um, but I just didn't know. You see, it implemented it for me. That's just something I didn't know until this year or last year. And Art, you're here. Yo, yo, what's up? What's up? How are you? How is everything going, Art? And did you stream yesterday? Like I didn't check. Like did you stream? Because you said you weren't streaming or you weren't sure. And also, how is the like? Are you better from your throat? Has your throat recovered a little bit? You say Godot is about 5 out of 10. Unity around 8 out of 10. And Godot community is a hit or miss. You are more likely to meet Godot cultist than Unity cultist. And Teledev, you say, no, Unity is great. I use it for two of my released games, but I find Godot easier to use. Godot is a solid 8 out of 10. Can I just say I find people think Godot more intuitive? Yeah, I think I saw that too. With new game developers, I've seen they are more inclined to use Godot than Unity, and maybe it's because the controversy that they had on 2023, I think, the fee that they wanted to charge, and but Unity is more powerful. Like yeah, it's a as Theoret says, I think it's a case by case basis on what people like to use more. In my opinion, yeah, I completely agree. Just what people find easier to use. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Okay, so set wall colliders activity, I'm gonna put into true here and put into false here. Set wall collider. Well, I don't really want to do this. I don't know if I'll use the exit here. I don't know. Probably just going to comment this for now. I don't think I'll use it. And what I want to do is when I get in here, I want to start spawning the enemies and stuff. And tell you say, okay, let me settle this. No engine is better than others. It's your opinion and what you find easy to use. And I just say, Tally, the only thing Godot does in a more intuitive way, engine side, is to control suite of nodes. Truly, besides that, the engine has a long way to go to be any more than a 5 out of 10. Literally impossible to do an engine for all engines. Um, Art, you say, for example, being able to debug and stack trace, you cannot do that in Godot. You literally have to do Control plus F. Um, yeah, but let's do analogy. Let's do an analogy. So, if you're in the beach, let's say, and you want to make a small hole because you are bored, you want to make a small hole by yourself. You could get a plastic shovel, and that would do the work. That would completely do it. Um, and you have fun and stuff. Uh, or you could go with a bulldozer and try to get all the beach or all the sand from the beach, but you don't really want to do that. So it's gonna be a little bit overkill to do it, and probably you're going to finish faster, or it's gonna be less hassle to use the plastic shovel instead of using the whole bulldozer and maybe a crew that operates it. Uh, so depending on really depends on what you want to do. If you want to make a small hole, you use the plastic shovel, even though the plastic shovel is objectively uh, like has less things to or does the job worse, but it's easier to use for that. Uh, and if you're making like a whole crater in the sun, you probably use a bulldozer. And everybody to say, "Hey Roman, how are you doing? And how is the game doing?" I'm doing good. On the game is not. Hello, immigrants. Welcome. Let me tell you why. Because there are like the same problem that I said some times again, or I think it's going to be like the fifth out of the 22 days that I'm crying. I'm crying like a baby because I don't have any progress from the uh, or anything that I can use from the artist. So it's been a lot of times now that the problem has repeated. Like the artist, and not that I'm blaming them. Like they have to do their own stuff. It's not that I'm blaming them. Really, they're cool people. They are great at what they do, but they just can't make it in the time that's needed. So not a lot of progress. That's the thing. We haven't been making a lot of progress because we need more art and faster. So the game is not doing great, and probably gonna know next month if it's gonna get canceled or not. And art say talking about functionality, not what you can do with the engine, what you can do on how well you do it is subjective as fuck. Yeah, so then that's the thing. That's the thing too. So, for example, I don't know. Maybe you're bad with the plastic shovel, and you're extremely good with the bulldozer, and it's gonna be easier for you to make it anyway. Make the small hole anyway in the sun with the bulldozer more than the plastic shovel. And Zero Rat is say, I love using bulldozers in my problem. And yeah, but how are you, Embrace? How are you? So I didn't ask this time. I think I'm a I'm a bad person. I became a bad person. Yeah. So tell me, how are you? And say, well, it's enough to know that you're good. Thanks. And Nikki said this debate will go on forever. Yeah, I think it's a debate that happens in a lot of game dev communities. Like is bound to happen. I think. And Sierra to say, feel like I might accidentally spark a debate by asking about programming. My bad, gang. Didn't intend to be for the rabbit hole. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's completely okay. Completely okay. And Embrace say, well, I'm good as well, just like the usual. Yeah, you're good to know. It's good to know. And say, thanks for asking now. Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. And I'm glad that you're good. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you. I don't know if you're still debating. Uh, but yeah, let's. I'm just going to make this now. So when I enter this, I don't just want to set the walls collider activity. I want to make like a whole process. So what I'll do is let's see. I'm gonna create here. So create and maintain a constant of alive enemies when entering the combat zone. So I'm gonna stay in here. Uh, Tally is a Roman, please tell Art or well debater man. My game was made in Godot. And Art to say so when I say it's a 5 out of 10, I don't say out of maliciousness or some love of another engine. It is a 5 out of 10. Even update 4.4 is just chasing the shadows of what Unity has been doing for the last 9 years. My sincerest like opinion is just try the engine, give it a try, see if you like it. If you like it, whoever or whatever engine you like, and whatever engine you think is best for the game that you're trying to do, go with that. And just try to not listen to other people because other people, including me, have their own opinions on game engines and stuff. So try to form your own opinion and yeah, ultimately just use whatever is going to take you to what you want to achieve faster or in a better way. And Zero to say, oh, I forgot to ask, would it be okay if I maybe perhaps grew the monster from your latest video? I should probably ask beforehand, Lama. Yeah, feel free to do it. Like, I don't really mind. I think it would be cool. Like, I really enjoy seeing the art that you do. It's really really cool. Like, serious. Say soon, as in probably a decade. And art to say the question was asked. It's not like I just threw an opinion out there. Yeah, the question was asked. The question was asked, but like I was making another point. Like, I think when I started, like the Unity versus Unreal debate was well, it's always been like super um like inside of the community. Like, it's just part of game dev, and now it introduced Godot. Um, so yeah, I think you can save a lot of time by just trying things yourself and see what works for you instead of just, I don't know, seeing videos. Okay, Unity versus Godot, or Unity versus Unreal. Because I did spend time when I was starting, like just picking an engine, and that's something like uh, it's just a tool. It's just a tool. Okay, so in here, let's see. I'm gonna say it's gonna be okay. So what do I need really? What do I need really? So if let's read this and turn this into something that can be like to code. So create and maintain a constant quantity of alive enemies when entering the combat zone. So I will need to know. I'm probably gonna store private float alive enemies. Probably gonna have them here. And so you'd rather say, what if all engines held hands and became friends? That would be awesome. And Emil Crafter, you say, what are you programming? Hello, Emil. Welcome to the stream. I'm programming a game, platformer. It's let me show you what it is. Right, it's easier to show than to describe. And currently, I'm making like a combat zone. So when you enter this combat zone, you'll be like stuck there. So you have to beat some enemies to get out of it. Yeah, this is what you have. What we have. These are some animations for jumping, dashing, ledge grabbing too. There's wall sliding, even though there's no animation. You can attack. There are some combos you can do, and for example, you can lift up enemies and hit them, and you can do some combos too. So I think there's an error here. Like, I can no longer uh, hit. I don't know why, but yeah, this is just a prototype for now. It's in the prototyping stage, and you can also fast travel. There's this minimap, and this is day 22 of making this game. So Emil, tell me, are you a game dev, maybe a programmer of some other kind, maybe an artist? Are you just interested in playing games or making them? Tell me. And so there's probably a day what you're programming. Yeah, I'm gonna. Let's see. Artist say I'd rather code in JavaScript than C Sharp as well as Godot using GLSL instead of HLSL. It's smart, but then you have deal breakers, especially for 3D development in the debug space. Until I say, bro, I'm using it right now and it works the exact same as Unity. It's an engine that is newer, so it needs to catch up. But if you haven't noticed, it is in version 4.4. And I just say the ability to stack trace your yeah, like we're gonna get into like serious debate here. Well, I don't really mind. I think you should be able to um, share your opinions here, whatever it is. But yeah, like just not just don't get stuck in picking an engine or say this is better than the other because just use whatever works for your game or what you want to do. And Emily say crazy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know about C Sharp and Unity. Cool stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here. So I'll need a live enemies. What else will I need? I'll need a private float. It's gonna be how can I call this variable? So it's gonna be I don't think I'll need a float for this ones. I think I'll just need an int because it's gonna be uh like how do you call this? Like complete numbers, no not decimals, integers basically. Um, so enemies to be eliminated, enemies to eliminate, eliminate, eliminate. So this is gonna cover this part. Enough has been eliminated, so I can know how many you have eliminated. Then, what else? Create and maintain a constant quantity of alive enemies. That's the variable that I'm getting here when entering the combat zone. So when I enter the combat zone, I wanna start spawning them. So in here, yeah, I'll have a variable in here, private pool, spawning enemies, and totally say there are workarounds the Scratch community found how to make 3D games into the game to the engine. I think it works. There are some great good old 3D games out there, and it even has PR support. And Nick, you say, what is this debate? And I just say, I feel like I'm being the bad guy here by being 50-50 on the good and the bad about the engine. No one's the bad guy here. I think there's no bad guy. You're just sharing your opinion. Um, so that's good. That's good. I think you're okay. Like the only thing that I would encourage to just new people is just don't get stuck I got stuck picking an engine when I first started. So I don't want to be I don't want that to be something like a barrier to entry to new game devs. You know, that's all what I want to avoid. Picking a game engine or yeah, choosing a game engine shouldn't be a barrier to entry. And Art, you say I've got no dog in, in the fight. I use whichever engine gets the job done. Yeah, exactly. And Talia say, sorry, can we please stop this argument? Yeah. Let's just stop that. Let's just stop that. Um, and Art, you say I learned all the languages and engines because I'm not locked to just one. No loyalty to any specific engine, to any specific one. So let's just change the theme of this conversation. Um, so yeah, let's get back to to this. Let's get back to this. Uh, so I'll need spawning enemies pool that I'm going to activate in here. So when I enter as a player, I'll say spawning enemies. It's going to be set to true, and I'll have a void update on update. So every frame, I'll have something happening here. So just if the spawning enemies is true, I will do whatever is in here. And Socks, you say, hi, what's up, Socks? Welcome to the stream. How are you? How is everything going? And Sierra, you say, can we talk about how inconsiderate your mouth monster is to draw? have to have to take creative liberty here. Yeah, don't worry. Take creative liberty, and I'm thrilled to see. I'm thrilled to see what you draw. so much mouth. Yeah. And Emily say I picked Unity because many people I saw on YouTube use it and recommended it. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's mainly the same reason I picked it too. And Nikki say everyone is biased in their own way. Yeah, like ultimately, you should decide for yourself. I don't think anyone has the uh, like anyone's opinion is 100% right. There's always some subjectivity. And so to say, I will again come after some time because I'm going to buy some goods for from market. Okay, yeah. Um, I'll see you when you come back then. Say platitudes hit different sometimes, Nick. However, my bias is towards keeping a roof over my head. Stoner used to say, I just want to state that arguing and debating are two different things. I don't think anybody was arguing. I think you guys were having a healthy debate. Yeah, if you were like I hate to swear, but like throwing shit at each other, that would be different. But you're just like stating what you think, and that's okay. And you should be able to say whatever uh you like. Well, not whatever you like, but you should be able to share your opinion. If it's uh stated in a way that is not for hurting the other people or hurting or making damage, you know. And JavaScript developer say, "Yo, bros, what's up, JavaScript developer? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome." Okay, so if I'm spawning the enemies, I'll have a timer. I'll have a timer that's gonna be private. I'll need a max and a min, so a minimum and a maximum. So private float. This is gonna be spawning timer or time max. Then I'll have a private float. Spawning time min. I'll leave the minimum then the maximum, and then I'll have a private float spawning timer. Zero to say I love psychology, and you say, well, yes, stoner, but also we're arguing over what is the correct reference, which is not even valid. Yeah. And also a reminder, my account's name is Debater, man, for a reason. Yeah, you got you really uh like my English is failing me so hard right now, so hard. You're really making it up to your name. I know. If that makes sense. Different like different. Anonymous for the Green Dragon and Stone. Cool stuff, Dolly. Nice. And Mr. B say, what are we debating? Um, the debating is ended. Like there's no more. But like just speaking about which engine is better. But there's no better engine. Just whatever works for you. Well, you can do your own conclusions. Like take your own conclusions away. If you want to read the chat, you can do it. But yeah, just about engines, game engines, living up to their name. Yeah, that's what I that's what I wanted to say, but my English failed me. Okay, so spawning time minimum. I'm gonna put this to let's say a second. So it's gonna be one, and let's do the maximum to. I don't know if it's second. It's gonna be too low. Let's just try these values. So I'm gonna put here serialize this so I can change them on the inspector. And you see, Mr. B, zero red questions spiraled into the classic. What is a good engine? All right. Uh, and Nick, you say, I gotta undistract myself now. Yeah, tell me how the progress worked or how the progress is for your game, Nick. And Sirat to say, I'm sorry, I had no idea I'd sparked that. I feel so bad. No, don't worry, Sirat. No, not your fault. The like the uh like this topic is super easy for debate, but yeah, don't worry about it. It's okay. And the sentence is stick and dirt. I can make tic tac toe in 2 seconds, isn't that? And the language is intuitive as fuck. Yeah. And JavaScript developer, you say, are you suffering from making game or enjoying? Um, Currently, I'm enjoying. Sometimes I'm not really suffering. Like I didn't suffer when I make games. I just get a little bit frustrated sometimes. But I'm taking it light. Like this development has been particularly light. And since I'm streaming and I don't stream more than 5 hours each day, I don't have burnout. Like it's really hard for me to get burnout this way because I'm swapping between tasks like on the mornings or yeah, on the mornings I working this, then on the evenings or in afternoons I work on video editing. So really hard to get burnout. And the way it worked before, I just spent like all my day making games, and then I spent all my day making the video. So I think this is better now, at least for me. First thing in vacuum is you can make your own engine. And Mr. B say Unity has a rap for having shit games made in it. And Unreal Engine 5 overrated and under criticized. And JavaScript developer, you say programming is suffering at all. Um, someone or some people could argue that programming is suffering, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Just depends on the way you approach it. I think if you want to be like finish everything on time and don't have bugs, don't have errors, never, or just do everything perfectly, you're probably gonna get frustrated more often than not, especially if you are new. Okay, so here I'm gonna say the spawning timer, or well, I'll put this on. I'll start it. So in here, I'll say the spawning timer equals time plus random.range, and here it's gonna be the minimum and the maximum. So spawning timer max, spawning time max. Here, if spawning enemies, I'm gonna check if um first of all I want to check if uh enemies to eliminate enemies to eliminate is more than 0. I'm going to continue this. Else, I'm gonna say spawning enemies, or probably should do this. Spawning enemies is gonna be set to false, and I'm gonna set activity set wall collider activity to false. Mr. B, you say Unreal Engine 5 is an unoptimized mess of an engine. You have to spend so much time to just get something super basic to run well. Yeah, the optimization problems is uh, hard. I don't know about the previous versions though. Are the previous versions better with that? And well, it's always been hard to run Unreal Engine. Like Unreal Engine games are really hard to run generally. I'm talking about the hyper realistic ones, not the other ones. And JavaScript developer, you say, but it becomes enjoyable with GitHub complete. well, if you have GitHub, like before I had GitHub and after I had GitHub, like the before and after is wild. Because you can do like, I feel like GitHub is checkpoints for whatever I'm working on, so I can like I have more freedom of messing things up, so I don't have to be like previously before GitHub you had to uh, like do multiple saves of your project, so you could go back to it if you wanted to. It's Copilot. Copilot. Mr. B, you say you could say that the optimization is unreal. I think I've heard that joke before, but like I'll always I get different jokes from the Unreal Game Engine, like uh like the one that you just said there. And Audi Gamer, you say hi guys, I'm back. What's up, Audi Gamer? Welcome back to the stream. Um, okay, I'm thinking about, yeah. So if I want to have more, or I just want to spawn when I have enemies to eliminate. So I'll say first I'll put let's say 12. Probably should be able to change this on the inspector. So serialize field, serialize field, and I'm gonna put it to 12 first. So yeah. And Mr. You say, what have we done so far today, Roman? Just jabbing. As always, we played a game in the beginning of the stream. We played a game made by Tally Dev made that game. It's Cakes and Dragons. And like at the beginning of the stream too, I showed the the art that the some concept artist made. That the concept artist made. By the way, like the concept artist came back with some concept art, but the thing is, there's still like nothing new to implement today. So I'm basically just making this, and when I finish making this combat area, I know what I'll do because I don't have anything to implement. So yeah, you say Unreal, can we just default? Unreal, can we just default and live in Unity and G develop together as game makers? Yeah, I think we should do that. And tell them you say hi. What's up, Tali? And Sierra to say 10% programming, 90% japping. Just the way I like it. Yeah, I think that's a fair description of what these streams have become. And JavaScript developer, you say, do you use laptop or desktop? I use laptop. And default is the Candy Crush engine. I've heard about it when I was at when I was in university. I heard about that engine. Mr. V say shameless Discord plug time. Yeah, I think that everyone here is on the Discord community, but if you're not on the Discord community, please feel free to join it. I think you'll like it. A lot of people there. Just share whatever you're working on, and feel free to share whatever you're working on. Would be cool to see. And also, just jumping there too. So yeah, feel free to join the Discord community. Um, yeah, sadly none to plug to. Yeah, as I said, like probably everyone here is already on the Discord community, but if you're not, join it. Okay, so in here, enemies to eliminate. Enemies to eliminate. Then I'm gonna be spawning. So I'm gonna spawn. Well, I first have to check for the timer. So if the timer, spawning timer, is less or yeah, less or equal, I would say less or equal the time that time. I'll say what? I need to reset this so like so this gets called again. But before I'm going to instantiate. So the way I want to handle this is probably um It's probably, let's see. And tell it that you say just post it in the work in progress on the Discord. Cool stuff. Let me see. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I like the green dragon design. I do like the chef on the other dragon design, but I think this is my favorite. Like it's hard to see in here. Maybe if I open it here, you'll be able to see this better. I just think I like the colors more. Yeah, so this one. And let me open OBS again here. Um, I need to say, oh shit! I just realized I need to somehow make a giant matrix for each hour in every night, so I can plug in the AI values. A giant matrix. I know why would you need that, but you know your what you're working on, so you know. Yeah. So I'm gonna in here instantiate, but I probably want to have a like the first thing I think um of this is having a list of the spawn enemies. So I'm gonna have four colliders. Okay, I'll have a list of what? A list of collider, or I could have a game object list. Game object, and I'll say here on here is gonna be spawned enemies, and I have to initialize it. So new list. I know you can do this. I don't know in which version of C# this was introduced, but I know you can do this like for initializing arrays or lists. But I like the old way. I like the old way better, like this. So on here, I will have this as a game object. Game object new enemy is gonna be the instantiate. What do I want to instantiate? I want to instantiate the prefab. So I'm gonna have just one prefab for now. It's gonna be here probably serialized field private. What is gonna be game object is gonna be enemy prefab. I want to see where should I spawn it really, and Nikki say that's a problem for my time. And Dharma, you say hello again, Dharma. Welcome back to the stream. And Mr. B say, can you teach us how to backflip? I know how to backflip myself. I can't teach you that because I don't know how to backflip. Okay, so I want to spawn the enemy prefab, and where do I want to spawn it? Good question. Where do I want to spawn this? So if I go to the combat area, for now, I think spawning them where? Where should I spawn them? I think I can just get a. Oh, there was a way to check if you could spawn something there, like try spawn, and Zero to say, can you teach us how to do a barrel roll then? I'm not really good at gymnastics. The most I can do is nothing. I don't know really about gymnastics. Let's see. So here, enemy prefab. Yeah, so where do I want to spawn it? I'm probably gonna have this as a function. I would like to have this as a function. So I won't make this void. I will make this what vector two, vector two. Get enemy spawn post, get enemy spawn position. And Mr. B say, Roman, your hair looks so long already. It feels like you got a hair like 2 days ago, like a haircut 2 days ago. I think it got long when I was on the. Well, you didn't see me for 5 days. Could be 5 days. So maybe it does feel like I grew my hair a lot. Or well, the thing is, you saw me with a shorter hair on the video, so that may be contributing to that too. And Dali say, fun fact: the enemy script is modular in my game, and you can make them run from cake bombs on the player. So you can make them run from it. Nice. I really like the art style, like the simplistic art style, but it's super cute, pixel art. Um, let's see. So get enemy spawn position. I will make vector two, and it's gonna be a spawn post, and it's gonna be for now vector two. That's 0, and I'm just going to return spawn post, so it doesn't throw me errors. And I'm gonna say here get enemy spawn post. And what else? Quaternion. Well, I know if I should put this here. Like, is it needed? Probably, probably. So quaternion that identity, no rotation or the default rotation. And Zero to say, I love simplistic art styles in games. They have a certain charm to them. Yeah, I think the same. I think the same. And Mr. B say, Roman, I really like the art style. His face. What my face? Uh, I know. I think I'm always like smiling. So if it doesn't come natural to me, it's just I don't know. I don't know. Should I fake a smile? I don't think so. I think I won't fake anything. I won't fake anything. I just like for the whole stream, I've been hearing or well hearing. I've been feeling my eyes just I think I slept well. I slept like my 7 hours, but my eyes feel a little bit tired. I don't know why. And Aldo Storchi says hello. What's up? Hello Aldo Storchi. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. And Teledev, you say the way I set the enemies, set up the enemies. All I need to do for animations is replace the sprite, and it works perfectly. Uh, nice, nice. That's the thing about making. For example, on the game that I made for I don't know which one. Yeah, Soul Collector. On Soul Collector, I reused exactly the same drawing uh for the player and enemies. So I just had to repaint them, and the animations were done. So that's cool. And AJ, you say, "Hey Romy, what's up, AJ? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome." And Mr. B, you say, "Nah, it was just funny when you said I like the art style. Your favorite was your face was blank." And Aldo Sturkey, you say, "Are you native English?" No, no way. I'm native. I'm from Chile. I speak Spanish. That's my native language, and this is just my secondary language. I'm the only language that I know apart from Spanish. And did you say, can I make an array in an array, or is that not a thing? I think you can make an array of arrays. Um, yeah, I think you can. You can. And also you can do like multi-dimensional arrays. So I don't know what you need, but I think you can. And AJ, you say so how many sprites are you using currently? I don't know. I could go in there and show you roughly what it is. So if you go sprite by sprite, like frame by frame, probably over 100 already. Just for the player. but I would say for animations, like whole animations, like I can show you. I can show you. So we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, um, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh no, 16 and 17. So we have 17 animations from which most of them have more than 3 frames. Most of them, and yeah, so that's for sprites. If you go, so those 17 animations have multiple images or frames. So yeah, over 100 sprites, if you can call them that. That. And Mr. B say over 100, 100 is insane. Are the sprites even finished? They remind me of traps. No, yeah, they're not finished, not finished at all. And yeah, that's another thing. I know how are we going to turn them into finished sprites, because now they're just drafts. And if we keep adding stuff at the rate we're doing it, and then we're going to turn them into something finished, I think it's just not possible. Or well, it's not that it's not possible, but not probable. And AGG say, oh, mean including all animations, right? Yeah, all animations. Well, just for the player. That's 17 just for the player. I think there are a couple more for the enemy, I think. Okay, so here I get enemy spawn post. I spawn it. And what else? So I'm gonna say here enemies, or spawn enemies. Spawn enemies. Mm, yeah, so I have to, spawn enemies. I'm going to add to this. Spawn enemies that add the new enemy. An artist said, shoot for the stars. You'll at least reach the clouds. Is what I used to believe until I became a solo dev. uh, but I think it's well, in my other games I done more progress working alone, just because I have more control of whatever I'm working on, and I can just work and work and work and don't stop. On here, like I have to take my time and just wait for things to be done by the other people that I'm working with. So still, still, I do like working solo. Or uh, I think this project hasn't been the best for like working with people wise. And Mr. B, you say do a split screen mode. I think that's gonna take a lot of time, a lot of time, and also balancing. And we have to finish this by February. So if I start making stuff like that, probably gonna take way more time. And artists say no, I believe in scope. And AJ you say, is it enemy spawner? Yeah, this is gonna be an enemy spawner. So when you enter a combat area, there's gonna be, like I said here, create and maintain a constant quantity of alive enemies when entering the combat zone. The eliminated enemies are going to be replaced for new ones until enough has been eliminated. So let's continue doing that. On here, when I add the enemy, well, before I do this, probably I want to check. I want to check in here. I'm gonna clean whatever. I'm gonna do a 4, and this is not going to be. Let's see. Let's put a limit to the alive enemies. So private int alive enemies limit, and let's say this is 3. we're going to try with 3. I'm going to put this for serialization so I can tweak this on the inspector. But I'm going to start with 3. So on here, I'll say for each, and I'll check this enemies alive. What is this? Game object. Game object. Enemy in enemies alive or spawn enemies. Yeah, that's the list. I'm going to say here if E that collider. Well, I think I could just make this colliders instead of this. So I could say I'm going to replace this for colliders. Collider to D. And I'm going to say in here, I'll need the collider. So I'll say spawn enemies that add, and instead of new enemy, I'll say new enemy that get component. It's gonna be, well, collider, but I can't get a collider to D just like that. I will need to get the specific shape of the collider probably. No, I believe in scope. It's enemy spawning. And Jetbug, you say, "Hola amigo, how goes the development?" What's up, Jetbug? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. The development goes, I don't know, not great, not great. And Mr. V say, "What? Why by February?" So by February, I like, because it seems like the January and February was the contemplated time, and the concept artist had to go to uni and can't work anymore. So we decided it's gonna be into February, and we all decided that before starting. And to be honest, that doesn't seem like enough time. Yeah, that's why I was concerned. That's why I was concerned and didn't know the fate of this project, because yeah, I'll have to speak with the team and see if we don't get like if we're not getting or making enough progress to be able to finish on the set time. So because of that, probably gonna get canceled if nothing changes. Nothing changes. Yeah, so that's why it's not going great. We're not making a lot of progress because I'm, yeah, like I'm the only programmer, but we, like, I'm not the bottleneck here. I could be the bottleneck, but the thing is I'm not getting enough art to implement. I thought I would be the bottleneck, but I'm not. Ready for multiple spawning, or is gonna work on resting state? Yes, that doesn't seem like enough time. Cloud told me to make it like a public int night matrix int x return new int xx. So I don't know how you're making your system, Nick. If you want to share it on Discord, I'll gladly check it out after soon. And AG, you say, okay, are you using array for multiple spawning, or is it going to work on resting state? So I think, are you talking about Nick? Putting on worky? Is that how multi arrays even work? So multi arrays, and also multiple arrays or multi-dimensional arrays. You declare them as you do the normal one, but instead of just putting two brackets, you put two brackets and then other two and other two, depending on the dimensions. And Jotbug, you say, lol, you a bit frustrated? Yeah, to be honest, yes, I'm a little bit frustrated. Not because like I want to make this game, but I don't think we'll. I don't think at the rate we're going, I don't think we'll make it. Until you say, well, it seems like the green dragon is stupid. For more details, check the Discord server. And Jetbug can say, are you just tired and feeling hopeless? No, I'm not feeling hopeless, but it's kind of frustrating when you want to do something and you depend so much on people. And that's why I normally I really enjoy working alone. And Mr. B say, I must say, you seem a bit defeated with it. Yeah, like I'm still working stuff, but since I'm not getting anything new, like I can't implement more animations or anything. And to be honest, like it's been 2 hours. I haven't made anything because when I finished doing this, once I finished doing this, I didn't have anything else for today. Like nothing that I can do to implement because I need the animations for making the rest of the stuff, or I will go I'll have to go back to doing what I was doing some streams before, that just starting doing random stuff, and probably have to rework that random stuff when I get the animations. So I don't want to keep it. I don't want to keep it that way. And yeah, but I'm not bad. I'm not feeling bad. Just a little bit. It would be cool to have more or to do more progress. And Zero Rat to say, where will Octopus go if cancelled, evicted from house, homeless? It's gonna be on her heart. That's where the octopus will go. And Jotbug say Roman, the one man studio. It's just because I can make more progress or on my games. Like I know I can make more progress. Just that because I it depends solely on me, and it's not that the people I'm working with. Like I want to make this clear. The people that are working with me are super good, like super great. They're great persons. They're not like assholes or anything. They're super great, and not just great people. They're great at what they do. But it's just a thing of schedules and the time that they can assign to this. Which they recall using multiple for 3D simulation 2 years ago. The Mino instead have used struck. Mr. B say, you seem to be losing your spark with it, and I don't blame you. It's been frustrating, and you're held up from doing work. Yeah. So yeah, that's exactly what's happening. I'm held up from doing work because I could work more, but when I finish this, like the stream is probably over, and I really enjoy working. Not that I'm not losing uh, not losing the joy of working. I do really enjoy working, but I can't. And there's something story ends. JavaScript room force takes time, which I don't have. And art to say is Unity building in jobs first for large simulations benefit from you. This strikes maybe not good. Jetbug you say we love you, Roman. Thank you so much, Jetbug. Really appreciate it. And art to say, but you need to donate your raise in that case. And Mr. B you say that's okay, Roman. We do that community game. Yeah, we're gonna do it on the 24-hour stream tomorrow. I don't know how I will handle the 24-hour stream. I'll probably just um I'll probably just sleep super early today. So for tomorrow, I'll be super slept and ready to go. And Taliedev, you say maybe do a side project. I thought about it, but if I have a side project, would be a little bit. I don't know. Since I'm working on the on videos too, I would like to have something that I can do a bunch of videos for, or like in succession. But it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Mystery say it's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's the it's a 24-hour stream. Yeah, I think. And Sierra to say do a side project when the octopus has to go through multiple divorce layers. And you say I'll just make 7 arrays and get data from it via Switch. You say fair. And there's no better time to make GTA 6 clone. Yeah, you just want me to make the GTA 6 long. And I think I'll well, who knows, who knows, but I didn't have plans for making it. Okay, so let's get back to this for a little bit. So new enemy, instantiate, like I instantiate the new enemy, quaternion.identity. I still have to make this, get enemy spawn position. And spawn enemies that add new enemy. So I want to get the collider on this. I would like to get the collider. But the thing is, not every enemy has the same collider, probably. And what is if I say here get collider, or sorry, get component, and I say collider 2D. I think this is not going to work, or will it? Oh, we can try this. We can try this. So in here, this is no longer game object. Collider 2D is gonna be. And Jotbug say it's finally happening. And Mr. B say, let's say this project was put on hold for a while. What's next? So what's next? It would be another game. Yeah, as Nick said, another game. I've been thinking about two ideas mainly. I've been thinking about two ideas. Oh, and it's not like I've been thinking about these ideas way before. Like I have a bunch of ideas I want to make. One is was a mobile game, like a racing mobile game. There is well always game jams. Game jams are cool. We could do like another game jam. What's the game jam next week? Non-safe for word with jiggle physics. That game. I don't think I'll do that. I don't think I'll do that. I think uh, that's the responsibility of not doing that of every game dev. Like with knowing game dev or of every artist, just don't go to the NS non safe for work side unless you need money. If you need money, I think you can. Well, I could use some of that money. Maybe I'm doing a non safe for work game. Uh, but yeah, it's not on my plans making a an adult game. And I was down for another game with Code Creator. I love Code Creators. Yeah, so probably gonna have more time to explore more simple designs. Because if I'm not working with animators or artists, I probably could do something that's super simple. And Mr. B is like, non-safe for work games sell extremely well. That's gonna be my side project. No, just kidding, just kidding. Um, so yeah, like I have more ideas. So the mobile racing game, also like a game where you have like a factory and you combine things to make products, and with those products you can combine them again to make more complex things, so you can sell for more, so you can improve your factory. I think yes, it's a dream game of mine. Not for yeah, for making it would be super cool, I think. And also like yeah, I have more ideas, but I don't want to bore you with ideas. Totally, you say I'll post the jam in Discord. Yeah, cool. I'll check it out after the stream, or I could check it out now. And Nick say if an artist removes no NSV, no non safe for work tag, they get 7 times the people. Yeah, so they're and that happens on game jams too. Like there's a lot of people that do like making non safe for work games, like adult games. I'll say not a bad idea. Say do a little idle game or idle type game, and or that racing game sounds fun. And yeah, maybe I want to do something with mobile since I haven't made anything with mobile. I think would be fun. And Mr. B say you will never bore us with ideas. Um, yeah, so I think I could be jumping and jumping and jumping. I think it's better if I stop myself from I contain myself from oversharing, or well, it's not oversharing. It's just more like sharing a lot. Um, so you really like the tower defense game you made. Yeah. I had fun making combinations and stuff. And Mr. BSA, when will you ever look at the realistic Unity project? Um, Not sure. I'm not sure. Uh, someday, someday, but not in probably not in in the near future. Could be this year, could be, but probably like I don't have any plans for that. It's not like I have a plan for the other stuff. It's just I'm gonna if this project gets canceled or on hold, I'm gonna see what I do next, and then I'm gonna go like think about what could I do next. And Coco Code. Let's see this. I'm gonna open it in here. Visit site. Let's see this game jam. So it starts in when? In 5 days. 5 days, 20 hours, and 59 minutes. So it's on February 1st to February 8th. I don't know if I'll be able to do that in those dates. We could also check for a game jam. Search for one. So about the game, the theme, the winning theme will be revealed on February 1st. Key details. Yeah, from there to there, creating a team, winners, special video on the Coco Code YouTube channel. I think it would be cool. That seems like a fun game jam. A third one. And Sierra to say racing game, but the cars are also dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are cool. I'm not going to discard that idea. I think like the only idea that I have, like the main idea that I have, is just racing game mobile. I don't know anything else, so I'm not discarding the dinosaurs. Okay, so let me let me see if I. Yeah, I think we have time, but I want to make this anyway. So collider. Okay, I'm gonna grab the collider, and what do I want to get from here? I want to check if it's no. So if it's not no, I'm going to do something. Well, what could I do? I think I could say live enemies are 0 and here. Well, if I set it to 0, I risk having the problem of um, when I ask what is the value, it's not going to be set. So if or I could have a float or int here, alive enemies, live enemies is gonna be 0, set to 0. So if it's not null, I'm gonna say here alive enemies equals or plus plus. Else, I'm going to. Well, I should grab the. I'm gonna have this collider on a. I could have it on a list for removing it from the list. I know. I know. I think I will need to do that. I won't need to do that because if it's no, I just won't put it on the live enemies. Because if I try to modify this when I'm reading this, probably gonna have some errors, So yeah, I'm just going to do this. A live enemy is gonna be like that. And Mr. B, you say on that tower defense game was his most successful video, I believe. Yeah, I think both. I had a lot of fun, and it was a cool idea to watch. I think it was just interesting. In my opinion, it was just more interesting than the other games that I've done. It's like more not unique, but it has its own twist. Like on the title, it says I made a game, a tower defense game, but with a twist. So I think that That's why it got like better or got more attention too. Like it's more attention grabbing. You can vote for a theme. Yeah, I think we could do that too. So you're right to say racing game, but the cars are all dinosaurs. Yeah, so that's the previous message. Make a little FPS type cozy burger restaurant game. Make the burgers from scratch. Expand your kitchen. Hire staff and be successful. Dude, that would be awesome. I think I really like the cozy games, and also I love the restaurant games, and also uh, I really want to make a like apart from that, I would really like to make someday a farming game. There's like a lot of farming games, a lot of farming games. I know, but it's just I think it would be fun to make. Not because it would be like a great game. It's something that I would like to make as a dev. And see, I read to say burger restaurant, but the customers all have rabbits and really want their burgers within 30 seconds. I think that would be interesting to see. And Ray, you say, "Hola, Roman, nice video. The horror game one. Justice for Nestor. What's up, Ray? And I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. And yeah, Nestor was there and was main a main character moment for Nestor. And how are you? How is everything going, Ray? How is everything going? Tell me. And Nick said, Roman multi-dimensional array doesn't show up in my scriptable object. Oh, I don't know if it's going to show up. I know if multi-dimensional arrays are going to show up. Just the I think I on 2022 is the last time I used a multi-dimensional array, and I was just using it for like assigning values and reading from it. So no, so no way to show it up on the inspector. Or well, could be a way. There could be a way, but not one that I know of. And art to say YouTube audio is fickle god. Yeah. And Mr. B dice, estoy hablando español, así que el chat no sabe que estamos hablando de ellos. Roman. Uh, so you're translating stuff. So you're going to what? Okay, so I could answer you in Spanish, but you're not going to be able to translate it back. Sucks. You say sucks here again. What's up, sucks? Welcome back to the stream again. And better to say, bro, what's new today? Um, I don't. I don't think I have anything new for today. So I can show you what I've been working on. And by working on, I mean 90% japping or 95% japping, 5% working on this. So there are no new animations. So that's why I'm taking it like super light today because I don't have anything to implement really. When I finish this, uh, the stream is over. So I don't know. The fate of this project is like pending out of a super thin how do you call it, cord. And yeah, so this is an area that well, what I'm making here is an area that you will have to go through. When you go through it, the enemies are going to start spawning. So when they spawn, they're going to be on the you'll have to beat them, and they're going to start spawning more and more, but there's always going to be a set amount of enemies on screen. And yeah, you'll have to beat them. It's like an area that you enter, and you'll have to beat an amount of enemies until you can go. And Mr. V say it's a dream game of mine to make. It sounds like a really cool thing to do. To be honest, Mr. V, sounds really good. And Nikki say, unfortunately, Google Translate. Yeah, and art, you say you need to do a custom inspector script to display nested arrays in Unity as a custom inspector. So it's kind of, yeah, native, right? Because you can do it from there. And right, you say, I'm doing good. I failed two exams, but except for that, good. How are you, Roman? I'm glad that you're good. I am, well, it's a shame that you failed two exams, but hey, just keep your head up and just study for the next one so you can balance things out. And I'm good. I'm good too. I'm good too. And Art to say, yeah, so no race, implement ray tracing. And Zero to say, going to slap the monster in the channel, then dip, sleepy time. Have good rest of stream. Okay, Zero, really appreciate it, and see you next time. Okay, I'm gonna see uh on the Discord on fun art. Wow, this is so cool. Wow, that's awesome, and it says unreasonably hard to draw. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell, but it's awesome. And you converted it like it's not like lucky now, just like super scary. I think this is scarier than the monster in the game. Yeah, you did your own twist to it, so that's awesome. Fire, that's fire. And Mr. B say rápido hermano. Nick nos ataca, actuar natural. That's kind of cursed. Like translating that to Spanish is I know like it's correct. It's a correct translation. But it's like English expressions translated to Spanish. It just sounds funny. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go back to this. Go back to this. I so I need to do in here alive enemies, and when I finish doing this, I'm gonna say alive enemies are going to be equal to alive enemies. And I don't know if I'll need this variable here. I don't know, but for now, I will. I will have it. So if alive enemies or and alive enemies are more um are less or yeah less than the limit, so alive enemies limit, I think I won't need this alive enemies. I'll just use the other variable, this alive enemies is less than alive enemies limit. I'm going to spawn another one. Yeah, but I if you say system that's serializable, I didn't know it's gonna show it up on, because I've used it before, but I didn't know it worked for two-dimensional arrays or multi-dimensional arrays. Okay, combat area, spawning time minimum, spawning time maximum. I have to assign the enemy in here. Okay, so these colliders are not triggers, are going to be disabled. And I have to assign here the prefab. Like is it even a prefab? The octopus enemy is a prefab? I don't know. Let's go to prefabs. Prefabs, map, UI, currency, NPC characters. Do I have a prefab folder for enemies? I don't, so I will create it. I will create a folder, enemies, and I will put the octopus enemy on the enemies here. So I can go in here, collider left, collider right. Yes, I just need to assign this. So I'm going to move this to here, and I still need to, so this is probably not going to work now because I still have to assign a movement vector. Pretty hard to beat. This enemy is pretty hard to beat. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So when I enter this place, the barriers there should close. So I can't move from here. I can't get out of here, and I should probably lock in some way. In some way, I should lock uh, the camera so you can move from here. And that is serializable program technically. I would love to see you. Mr. VSA, I would love to see you try and make a very basic game in Unreal Engine 5. Something that wouldn't take more than a week to make. Yeah, that could also do. That could also be something I make if this gets cancelled or whatever. And Mr. B, you say also congratulations on 974 subs. Thank you, thank you. And RTC multidimensional arrays for X, Y, and Z be like cool. When I see some ninth dimensional for loops, I check out. Yeah, so going above 3 dimensions on arrays is just wild. For me, it's just wild. Well, maybe in like 4. If you go over 4, I think I know what you're doing. Like, why? And for those are for shader shenanigans. Okay, yeah. And I'd fear anyone doing that on the regular on a CPU. And Dev, you say sneak peek at the fire ability in Discord. Let's see. Let's see. Work in progress. Nice. Are you making the sprites yourself? They look good. I like them. Okay, so now let's find a spawn point for this. So I will have I'll do a random the range. Let's see. Where exactly would I spawn this? I'll have a I'll specify the size of this. Serialized field. Private float. And it's gonna be area size or area length. And I think it's a 22. It's 20. Let's put it to 20. Let's just put it to 20. Teledev, you say no, not the fire explosion. No. Okay, yeah. Still look good. Still looks good. And Mr. V, you say what's the thing of for the little guys at the bottom? The commands. Oh, you say exclamation mark avatar commands. Avatar commands will do. Will show you the commands or all the commands that there is to put in there. Okay, so I'm gonna have this at 20. Have this at 20. Yeah, that's it. So on get enemy spawn position, it's not going to do this. It's probably going to be I could say give me a random. Well, on the I'm going to have a vector in here. So spawn position that y going to be let's leave it at 0. So it's going to be 0. I'm going to leave this like here, like this, because I want to assign it later. But really, this is not doing anything because it's already set to 0. But I'm going to leave this so I can tweak it later, or I remember to tweak it later. So this is going to be spawn post that x equal random that range. Random that range. And the range is going to be minus minus area length and maximum of area length. So that's the random node range, and then I have to check if or well while the I don't really like to do a lot of whiles, but I think it's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna have another variable here, int I equal 0, and I'm gonna do a while. So while 0 or while I is less than 20 and what? Cool. Or I could set that to 20 if it's the case. So I'm going to do it here, set this, and I'm going to do an if. So if what do I want to check? I really want to check that doesn't get spawned like on top of the player. So I'm gonna check the X position. But first, give me a second. I'm going to be right back. Hello, I'm back here. And what are you saying here? Mr. V, you're saying Roman blocking our vision might as well be discrimination. Shaking my head. Why? Am I blocking your vision? Mr. V, say what's the thing for the little guys at the bottom? The commands, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. B. I don't know what you're talking about. So okay, I'm gonna say if, and tell them you say one new person has seen the game's page since you. Nice. So getting more people to it. So here I'm gonna say, well, I don't need to and. I'm gonna say here, if I'm on the range of the player, so it's gonna be, let's do a little bit of a drawing so I can think better about this because I always, I've done this I think before, but like I forget. Say, Mr. B, the be right back card. We only see you as a torso and head. Uh, yeah, like I do have hands and stuff, and I think I've stunned it before. Like yeah. So see, I'm gonna stun here. So you see, I have legs. There you go. There you go. Desk cranking or hand cranking desk. Let me put this in here. I don't know if it's good there. Rolling, right? There you go. I don't know if you hear me better when I'm standing or when I'm sitting. Yay, desk crank. Uh, yeah, so I want to update this. What I want to do, and now we're like more at like head level with the camera. Okay, so I'm gonna make a file new. It's just for asset control shift and yeah, just for not messing things up. I'm gonna paint this black, make a new layer. Gonna lock this and use white for this. So let's see if the let's say this is the player, okay? Player. And I want to get here on this area or on this range on the X. I shouldn't spawn. No spawn. So I have to say then I can spawn if my X position is less. So if it's less than the player position minus some offset, and or or the X position is more, right? It's more, so it goes over the player position plus an offset. Yeah, so let's put that into code. Nikki say pirate software moment. Yeah, that guy uses this a lot, right? I've seen the charts and stuff. I really like it. I think it's good for not just explaining things, but when you're thinking about things, it just makes so much sense to uh, have them like graphically there or visually explained. Mr. B, you say I posted a new Roman OF out of context. Let's see this. Where do I have Discord? Here. Out of context. Let's see. I'm gonna close this. Humping? Humps his desk for 30 seconds. I'm not humping anything. I'm cranking the desk. Just that. That's sus. Yeah, that seems a little bit weird. It's a kind of a little bit weird. And I don't see myself when I do that because I don't have a way to see myself there. Okay, so I'm gonna open then the the code here. So I'll need an offset for this. What could the offset be? I'm gonna put it in. Where should I put it? I don't know. Spawning enemies. Let's see. Spawning time. I think it's somewhere here. Somewhere here is okay. Serialized field. Private is gonna be float, and it's gonna be player x offset or x offset to player. I'm going to start this as 3. I think 3 is enough, like 3 or 4, or just to make sure. You can say he's using it to emphasize whatever he's saying, literally drawing boxes. Yeah, I don't use it that way. I think I'm using it more for like thinking about what I'm doing more than emphasizing. But it works too. It works too. And Mr. B said, "Yeah, sure, buddy, cranking." And I can say I missed it. I missed it. Did he innocently crank the chair again? I did. It's in the out of context channel on Discord. Tell them you say, "Why were you recording that?" Yeah, I went back to record it. Oh, so it's with the clip functionality, right? Um, okay, so X subset to player, X subset to player. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to do exactly what I'm doing here. So if the position on X, so the spawn position that X is less, or yeah, it's less than the player position minus the offset, than the player. So this is game manager, that player or instance, the player position that X plus or minus the X offset to player. It's like that, right? Yeah. Or, and I'm going to do the or and here spawn post that X is more than game manager that instance that player position that X plus the X offset player. Like I will turn this. Let's see. I'm just gonna say while, or I'm gonna say maybe I'm gonna put the brackets back. I think it's easier for me to see what's happening. I'm gonna put the I equals 20. So I no longer need to do this. So this is only if I is less than 20. Otherwise, like else, I'm gonna spawn it again. Like I'm doing this again. So, but I'm gonna say I plus plus. Like anyways, I'm gonna do I plus plus. Because I want this to happen again if this doesn't happen. But I'm going to have a limit of 20 times that this can happen. So yeah, that's it. That's it. And I'm going to return spawn position. So let's see how this works now. Um, Mr. B say I'll change the caption. And Artie say, we all know deep down you want this to be a bodybuilding channel. Wouldn't be shocked if your next video is I did the One Punch Man workout, but with a twist. I think that would like genuinely would be a great video idea, but not for my channel. I'm not making bodybuilding content here or fitness content. And Talia say, okay, the most fire almost works. Just when he turns around, he farts. Well, he has to do his things, you know. Okay, so when I enter this place, I get stuck. So that's cool. I should get a way to just pause the camera. And here, I'm spawning enemies, but not sure where. Oh, the thing is, the thing is, the spawn position should be on local position. Like, I should translate the position here to the local to the local. So how do I do this? I could do a plus in here. I could say spawn plus equals doesn't equal vector 0. It's going to equal the transform that position. And then instead of setting this to 0, I'm going to say minus, let's say 1, minus equals 1. And then on here, instead of setting this to random, I'm going to say plus random range, plus equals random range. So it's going to start at the, yeah, it's from the beginning, or it's going to be inside there. And need to say you're not making bodybuilding here, hidden channel. So yeah, of course, there's a hidden channel for bodybuilding. And I just say just say that, but keep sneaking up, like sneaking us clips of your gains. I'm not sneaking up anything. Not sneaking up anything. Yeah, let me see if that this works now. Okay, yeah. So it is spawning. It is. Um, there are problems with the way I'm making the attacks, or really problems with the way I did with the way I did the attack, but not the attack animations. Just the thing about making it not be able to launch the enemy up multiple times. I think I should change something on there. There's a problem. So yeah, this is kind of working. Like there, if I eliminate one, I should probably get another one. And these enemies have a lot of health, so I'm gonna go into the octopus enemy and health UI. No, I don't want to change that. What I want to change in here is its health. So on the maximum health, I'm gonna put it to, let's say, 60 instead of, or yes, 60 instead of 200. And socks, you say, Roman, shows us that you make that you have made after 24-hour workout. 24-hour workout. That would be insane. Insane. And Mr. B said, Roman, can you explain how you could code advanced euphoria physics in C sharp? I don't know how I would do that even. I wouldn't know how to even start. Okay, so okay, here. But I think it just takes like a lot of people and a lot of time to do that, and a lot of really smart people. Okay, so getting errors with the attacking, but I just want to see. I just want to see, does this work? Like that's the only thing that I want to know. Yeah. So when I kill this one, the other one should spawn. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. So I should get a way to log the camera to that place. And Kelly, you say he no longer fights. Cool, nice. Glad that you could fix that. And Art, you say, Roman, what's your favorite protein blend? And any advice? To be honest, cookies and cream always good, or vanilla. It's like safe to go with those flavors. And I know you're trolling, but yeah, like real advice, those ones, if you're taking protein, cookies and cream on vanilla are always like uh, safe flavors. They're super like light flavors. And so like to say, he pours a bulk full of protein in one glass of milk. And need to say, I'm just no switching to work on the game manager. I already want to die. It's his secret. And Mr. B say, Euphoria Physics was the ragdoll system in GTA 4. I can't even imagine how complex it is. Well, there's like an implemented ragdoll system in here, but of course, it's not going to be the same as GTA 4's. The body holds still while also reacting while ragdolling. Yeah, that's I don't know how I would do it. And Art to say, I'm with you, bro. We'll turn your secret dream into a reality. Trust. Sucks. You say hi, hi. And Mr. B say the body holds firm while still allowing give while rolling around. I don't know how they did it. Yeah, I haven't used ragdolls really. I have set them up, but not a lot. So I haven't really used them a lot. So I don't really know how I would do it. And Soxy say Roman is taking course to become Gigachat. And Mr. B say, Roman, do you go to the gym? I do like do calisthenics, but no gym. Well, I do have some weights here, like, but it's not a gym, and it's not mine. Like, I don't use it. I go outside to work out. Okay, but let's change the conversation to something that's more interesting. Why? How to lock the camera here? So since I'm controlling the this with the camera position, I could just do one thing. I could just go in the camera position script. Let's go there. Mr. B say, lift some weights for us. And I just say, peaches and cream. That's so nice though. Not gonna lie. No, I said cookies and cream. But peaches and cream sounds super good. Um, well, Nick, maybe not interesting, but for you, but it is for me. Okay, so camera position. Let's go to camera position. And I think yeah, you've already seen me like what I do in. If you're not interested in coding, uh, and you have already been for like a lot of times in my streams, I know what to tell you because this is mainly all I do. Yeah, pictures and cream is nice. He's listening to us. His enough weights are less than our talk. What? And chat. And Mr. B say, when do we get a day in life of romanleco? Um, would you really be interested in that if you want to? Well, one day I could do that. I could do something similar as a video. Um, position assignment vector, like, but mainly it's just um, I wake up at 7:15. I grab something to drink, maybe a protein shake, and some days I do uh, like breakfast. I do take breakfast some days, and then I just start streaming until 1 p.m. I eat, then I start video editing like at 2:30. I end up at 7, I think 7, and then I at 7 I start working out to 9, and I have 1 hour free, and then I go back to sleep, and I listen to audiobooks. That's all. Bring the entire family in and introduce us. No, I don't think I'll do that. I don't think I'll do that. Okay, so in here, I want to set the camera position. So I'm gonna say in here, so it's following, so it's moving right. Yeah, so assign camera position, but only. Should I make this? Should I make this a singleton? I don't think I should. I don't think I should, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway. So mono singleton position. So I can call it from anywhere. And on here, I'm gonna say set is falling. Set is falling. And this is going to be like assign camera position P. Assign camera position P. And I'll have another one that's just the normal one where I will change the position of this to, well, the problem is I need to remain like having the same functionality, probably. But yeah, I think I'm just going to make a save first. I'm gonna make a save first. So before I did any of this, I'm gonna just save. And on here, yeah, that's okay. What I want to do is just save this so I have a checkpoint and I can mess things up. So on here, GitHub, I'm gonna say, so this, what is this? A combat zone. Combat zone. A combat zone spawning. And I'll put a description to this. So this is gonna be a combat zone where the player gets gets captured or gets closed in between two invisible walls, and have to beat all the enemies to deactivate the walls. Deactivate the walls. I'll put a plus, or just point and in parentheses, I'll say the camera should get confined to the zone. So I'm just going to commit domain, switch to origin. And now I have a checkpoint so I can mess with this. Not just with this, but with the camera position too. Caldev, you say Fire Dragon Dawn. Nice. And Mr. B, you say, well, while it's sad, this may be put on hold. The experience of learning to do a 2D platformer is a good experience. Yeah. I think, yeah, since I haven't done this before, I think if I wanted to do some other kind of platformer, like even though we paused this, like there's a chance and a really big chance this gets on hold or canceled. If I wanted to make another platformer, I now have more experience. Like I could make this in way shorter time, like in way less time, and I could also avoid errors and approach animations in a different way from the start, from the beginning. So I did learn a lot. And need to say, Roman, what is error? Blank? I don't know. you could, if you want, and you have the error in the console, you can send me a screenshot of that or paste it on the Discord, and maybe I can help you with that on the code help. Uh, yeah. So let's see. Camera position. I want to set it up to, well, doing everything, but just on the X, confining on the X, and I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna say in here. I could have a confined movement of the camera, and I could just specify which um, which horizontals or which positions is going to be confined into. Need to say it is on Discord. I'll check it out. And Mr. You say, I'm just glad I was here to see this amazing game be born. Yeah, it still was good, even though it's uh yeah, even though it can get cancelled. And Mr. B say, you've grown by roughly 200 subs since you started this. You should be proud of yourself, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. B. Really, really appreciate it. The kind words. And yeah, it's not like I'm the world's not going to end, but I need to work more on other things, or on this thing. If I could, I would work more on this if I could. But I have like one or two tasks that I for today. Like I just had one task, for example, and this has happened sometimes before. So I think it's just smart if we got it here before I go into more development, or I spend more time developing this, and I have the same problem with the collaboration. So it's just safer to cut it here, uh, assume the losses on, and just move on. So I'm gonna check that to see if I can help you. Share work in progress. Here's the final fire target. What's this? And the dragon beat on Discord. Let me check it out after I check this out. So hard to say facts. Besides learning about how not to go with the animator, yeah. And you also progress tangibly intuitive on a specific metric. So be happy, man. Yeah, I'm not sad. It's not like I'm sad. I just want to working that this, but uh, I'll just move on. I'll just move on. It's okay. But thank you for the kind words. Like really, really appreciate it. And Mr. B is saying maybe you should start another project and work on this when you have stuff to actually do instead of canceling it. Yeah, I'll have to talk with the people of the that are working with me. So we'll see what we do with this, because if on February, like the time comes and the main concept artists have to do some other stuff, and it's going to be like busy until, I don't know, next year. I don't know if next year I want to continue working on this. But we'll see. We'll see. Uh, it's the switch method. Okay, so hurriedly update game manager. Yeah, so you have a switch game manager that current night. So depending on the current night, you'll say in case one, the current night, night one matrix game manager that current hour, AI level, night six matrix. Mm, didn't you say you were? Well, you could have an array of night two matrix, and instead of doing the switch, you could say just like one line. Uh, so instead of using cases, you could say the index on of the night matrices. So whatever you call that variable, the array that's holding all of the night matrices, you access the index and change it to the game manager at current hour. and I don't know why it's throwing you an error really. You say if things go totally dead on deving, talk to me. I just don't want this to be all over. I want to see you succeed, man. I don't want to see you disappear much next year. Uh, yeah, dude. Like and that's why because I can't if I because I could say okay, I'm gonna take this light and I'm gonna work uh whenever I have something to work on. But I think it's better for the channel too if I'm constantly working on something and I'm always like making progress in something so I can show and make videos about it and I'm making more streams that are better to watch because I know it's it's not the best if I'm like stuck. I know I like to talk with you, but also another like more people that are joining want to see me work on something and make progress. You know. So I will make everything possible to not disappear next year. And artist, I'd love to speak with you about our savior and Lord Generics. Okay, let me see this video here. So this is how the new enemy is working out. Oh, nice. Like the animations. Okay, let's go back to this, and I'm gonna say in here. Well, only two variables. Only two variables. One, uh, and this is gonna be for constraints. So I'm gonna say here constraints, and this is gonna be bool is constrained, and it'll have a float on x. So here bool, sorry float, and it's gonna be just it like constrained or horizontal. Let me think about this before. So there's gonna be left constraint, left x constraint, and float right x constraint. I don't know if I'll need just one or two. Just in specific cases, this could be uh, needed, but I don't know really. And Mr. You say that's sadly the problem with this. You're not making big progress due to a few different factors. The game looks mostly the same as day one, even though I know it's so much more than that. Yeah, because there's uh no visual changes. Like there are since I'm just making the programming part, there are no visual changes to any of this. And probably if it were me making the game alone, I would probably have some kind of tile set or some kind of background going on. Maybe another map prototype. Yeah, generics is a term of programming for compile type. It's a tough thing to manage. At least with 3D games, and there's just a lot of visual progress. Yeah, and also I think I'm better with 3D with than 2D. And yeah, like everything on 3D looks like it just the changes are more perceptible. I think. In hard to say, much like understanding how to make an inventory means, intermediate programmer. Okay, so yeah, left x constraint. I'm going to have a function that's going to be public void set constraint, and I'll need three things. I'll need to, or no, I don't need three things. I'll need another function that's going to be public void reset constraint, or it's not resetting. It's more like uh, remove constraint, remove constraint, and this is just going to be making the variable here is constrained to be false. So in here, I'm saying this constraint is true, and I'm saying I'll need two floats. The first one is going to be left x constraint, like this. And the next one is going to be float right x constraint. Thanks for the auto completion, Visual Studio Code. And yeah, so I'm just going to set this left x to left x constraint and set the right x to right x constraint. And then with that, I can do something on assign camera position. And okay, there was find that linking thingy. Really cast a memory leak. Was actually saying I don't have an int in the method below. And hard to say, and no, I didn't stream yesterday and totally lost my voice today. Oh, dang. Have you had that happening to you before? And if yes, how long does it last for you? And Mr. V, you say, especially with visual progress, people are more engaged with it because it seems like a lot is happening, even though there might not be. Does that make sense? Yes, makes 100% sense. Like, if you don't have anything visually to show, it's like you're not showing anything. Yeah, it's just that. I think for and that's the way I'm trying to approach the way I make videos too. Like, only like everything that I'm showing should have some kind of visual change or something new visually, because yes, it's just easier to see progress when you're seeing things changing visually. And artists, I am feeling better, but it may be the medications. Regardless, my voice is shot. And Nick say, I was wondering why there are point brackets like that. So generally, what I've seen, and you can correct me, Art, is for assigning types, or that's at least what I've used them for, or in that context. And wonder what would happen if enable fire room from player at the same time. You can try that, Telly. And I just say nope. First time losing my voice. Mr. B say I'm thinking about learning C sharp or C++. What should I start with? I trust your judgment as a programmer. I think C sharp is easier to learn. C sharp is easier to learn, but either way, learning C++ is gonna make it that you have a better understanding of what you're doing with C sharp. But overall, I just like better uh, C sharp. Is easier to understand, and it's in C++ for making the same things that you do in C sharp. You have to write more lines, but also in C++ you have more control. So um, I would say start with C sharp, but someday just give it a try to C++ too, and try to learn memory management and pointers. But yeah, I would start with C sharp. If you are going for C sharp or C++, I will go with C sharp. Yeah, C sharp is memory managed, and C++ and C are not. So that's one thing, or one less thing to worry about. There are still like better or best practices for um, working good with the garbage collector in C sharp, but you don't have to manually allocate and deallocate memory in C sharp. Okay, so here I'm gonna say moving right. I want to stay in here. Transform that position. I'm gonna. I need a the variables in here. So I'm going to use if transform that position or position assignment vector that x is more than a right x constraint. I'm gonna say the position assignment vector that x is equal to right x constraint, and here else what? Else if position assignment vector that x is less than left x constraint, I'm gonna say position assignment vector that x is equal to left x constraint. Mr. B say thanks. You're very welcome, Mr. B. Yeah, so I think that's all. But this is only happening if it's constrained. So yeah, that's it. And now I will need to go on combat area, and I'll say here. Well, I'm gonna say in here. I'm gonna make it small singleton, so I can access it from anywhere. Even though I shouldn't. Just for trying this, I'm gonna change it probably. Position. And then you say updating the AI values breaks my entire pathfinder. Dang, I don't know what's with me today. I've been like stuttering a whole lot. Like today has been wild. Mr. V, you say also to respond to what you said early. And sadly, that's the biggest problem with this project from a general audience standpoint. They're all spread a little visual progress. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, it doesn't. But a casual viewer, as you're saying it now, but a casual viewer might be turned away by it. Yeah, if you let's say for example a normal viewer that sees two of my streams. Let's say it's thought the 10th day, the day 10 on chart, let's say, and says, "Oh, cool, cool stuff," and gives a like or subscribes, and then comes back to day, I don't know, 22. So today, it's the same thing. Like visually, mainly the same thing. There are more animations in some things, but it's the same thing. And when you stay for, I don't know, 5 minutes, you're not going to be able to see any differences. Differences that you could see if there were visual changes. And I'd say generics ensure type safety. When you do them right, you can create extremely reusable architecture. If you do it badly, you'll end up in a wall of reflection. The understanding of generics will blend into understanding metadata. What it does and how it works. And Mr. You say sorry for the walls of text. Don't worry about it. Completely okay. And or of interfaces with genetics cannot be overstated. And I'd say you sound like a rambling old man by now. But really smart, not gambling, but rambling old man. And okay, let's see. Change side, and it's not by any means an offense to be rambling. I ramble a lot here. Uh, okay, so where do I assign this? Where do I assign it? On the combat area. So in here, I'll say when I set the spawning enemies, no, on here, I'm doing mostly everything. So I'm gonna say camera position, camera position that what instance dot what's it called? Set constraint. Set constraint. And the constraint I want to set is from the transform dot position. So it's gonna be I think I can calculate this before assigning it. So I'm going to create a vector 2. Vector 2. Will I ever need this? I don't think so. Float x or float x constraint is going to be transform dot position dot x. Then x constraint, I'm going to make it plus equals the area. So the area, do I have, yeah, area length. I'm going to say plus equals. And I'm going to set constraint to x constraint or minus x constraint and plus x constraint. And I don't know why I'm getting an error here. Unity mathematics at random and Unity engine at random. I know why I'm using mathematics here. The library I'm talking about. Okay, so I think this should work. This should work. I just have to make sure. That I reset the camera constraint when I beat the enemy or the enemies. Maybe if I do this and then x constraint minus a certain offset, it's gonna be, let's say 5, just for a try. Two sets of footprints, and there was footprints in the sun. And tell them you say just uploaded the new build of Cakes and Dragons. Nice. I'll play it after stream. And Mr. B say, if YouTube would let me, I'd be sending you a 5-paragraph essay on it. I mean, no offense with saying no visual progress, by the way. No, it's totally okay. Totally okay. No, and I try with my games to have something visually changing to like it's not the not what comes to me. If no one was seeing me, I would probably not do it. But if I'm streaming or trying to make videos, I think I should have some amount of visual changes all the time. And Tali, say new dragon, Chasing Dragons update, new dragon, and gotta go, be back soon. Okay, Tali, it was good to have you here, and bye bye. Okay, so let's climb this, and let's see if the constraint is on is set. I don't think it is. Let's use it then. And I just say, yeah, when folks joined the stream before, what? Yeah, there you go. So maybe it's gonna be a 10. But there's a problem. So it's working on the right, but not on the left. I think it should be something like 12.5 F. And I just say I don't think people realize it, but it's sort of of stressful to try to keep things visually changing. Yeah, because most of what you are making is functionality. Uh, yeah, that's exactly why we have done so. Like we have done some progress. We have done some progress. We have done things, but since there are no visual changes, like everything visually apart from the player and this, I had to just put something, put something there that should have been there from the start. So no, like map is one of the most fundamental things. And again, um, it's just lack of communication, or yeah, from the beginning, from the beginning, because if I knew we were not going to like have that much people working on this, like this could have been avoided. This could have been avoided. But again, it's not that bad. Not that bad. Like I get more experience working with people. Now I know what I shouldn't do, or getting closer to like just improving. It's not going to be like next project that I work with people is going to be awesome and it's going to be all great because I have more experience now. No, probably not. But it's probably going to be better, or I hope so. Okay, so there are some problems with this, but that's okay. Now, I just want to see, is the camera getting constrained? I don't think so. Because in here it is. And here it's clearly is. But on the other side, it's not. So is this transform that position that X? Let me see. So if the X constraint position is the current position, and I'm going to add to that area length, I'm adding to that area length, and then I'm using the minus whatever this is. Hmm. Should I debug it? Probably. Let's see. On camera or on left constraint. These constraints are going to be serialized. Serialized field. And let's go in camera position. So I can see this. Left constraint. I have the variables here, so I'm gonna be watching the values, how they change. So this is minus 77, and the other is 77.5. I know why these values are what they are. Really? Yeah, and there's no constraint because of course this value is not calculated correctly. So this probably should be um yeah, this is not going to work the way I thought it would. So I'm gonna have two variables probably. So this x constraint is not going to be this. I will have two variables, or two variables. So float is going to be x constraint right and x constraint left. So on left is going to be from transform that position. I will also say subtract. In what will I subtract? I'll subtract the area length. And for the right, I'll say transform that position dot x, and I'll say plus area length. So now I think I could use this. I'm going to see the values, what these values are. And am I setting it correctly? So this is going to be left and right. So yeah, x constraint right. And need to say, yeah, I'm not gonna sleep tonight. And how things work says, I have an idea for a game that will be successful. Um, Hello, welcome to the stream. How things work, and you want to share it here, or is it that you have an idea that you're going to keep your for yourself and develop? Okay, so let's see. Now, do I get the constraint like I want to? Camera position. Okay, so the constraint in here is okay, and left X constraint is okay too. So now, now I just have to have another variable here that's gonna be, well, I could do I could hard code this for now. So on the left is gonna be plus 12.5, 12.5 f, and on here is gonna be minus 12.5 f. So that was the problem that we had before. So I could turn that into a variable, and probably should, but for now I'll just go in here and see. When I enter this area, it's gonna constrain my camera. I don't know if you see this, but yeah, it's gonna constrain my camera to the to this area, so I won't be able to just move freely. So that's good. That's good. I like it. Probably could do with a 13, but let me first do a serialized field, and it's gonna be an offset. So it's gonna be serialized field private float, and it's gonna be camera x offset, and I'll call this, or I'll assign a value of 13 f for now, and I'm just going to replace this with the variable. So camera x offset, and I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, and if I go to the next slide, yeah, everything is okay. Everything is okay. So everything working now. Um, what else? I think I can just save this. Like this is done. But before I should make sure. Well, I'm gonna have just 3 enemies so I can eliminate them quickly. But the thing is, when I eliminate all of those enemies, or when I yeah when I eliminate an enemy there, I'll have to keep count of the enemies that I eliminate to know when I when I instantiate, really, I could say on here, I'll say enemies to eliminate minus minus, enemies to eliminate minus minus, and on here I'll say let's see, yeah, minus minus, and also I'm going to spawn enemies only if enemies to eliminate is less or is more than zero, more than zero. And yeah, so after I do this, I'm gonna check if alive enemies are less, or well, they're not going to be less, but anyways, less or equal to zero, and enemies to eliminate is less or equal to zero, I'm going to get out of this. So get out of this thing here. So the way I'll do this is spawning enemies. Oh, I'll say here enemies to eliminate. I'm already doing that check. I'm already doing that check. I just need to say here enemies to eliminate, like just subtracting. So when that happens, if enemies to eliminate, else spawning enemies is going to be false. And what else? I'm going to go in camera constraint or camera position. Dot instance dot remove constraint. Need you say less is the type of soil? Am I missing something? Okay, so I'm just gonna save this. Let's see now how this works. Let's first play here. Yeah, working. But what I want to do is on here. Let's do. Let's enter this place, and I'm just going to have to beat what 12 enemies. They can't hurt me back, so I'm just gonna spam. And again, like I can't. I can get away from here. So just deleting the enemies that I need to get out of this. Just yeah. So I think I already deleted all the enemies, and there are more. So I have to see what's the alive enemies count. So if enemies to eliminate and okay, I'm gonna do this, and it doesn't matter. Like this doesn't matter. So I'm gonna say here if active enemies. Well, I could have this into a variable, use that, but I think it's not great. Or yeah, I'm just going to do that. Just going to do that. I'm going to create another variable in here. That's going to be, let's see, alive enemies limit. I'm going to say private. This is going to be int, and this is going to be active or alive enemies. Live enemies. And whenever I do this, I'm going to assign alive enemies to alive enemy, whatever this is. So I'm going to check here on. So if it's more, only if it's more than 0. Active. Yeah, so if it's more than 0 or alive enemies is more than 0, I'm going to do this. So now on here, I'm going to go on the combat area, and I'm going to set this up to the enemies to eliminate. I'm just going to set it to 3. So I just have to eliminate 3. Let's go in there. So now I get closed. This gets closed, and it's going to start appearing. Like the enemies are going to start appearing there. Then I just bit them. I bit the first one, then this one's, and I get unlocked. Yeah, so that's the functionality done. So I'm gonna go in GitHub here, and I'm gonna say, what did I do? I put camera constraints when entering the combat area. So the camera gets constrained to the attack area when entered. I think that's enough. Commit to main. Switch to origin. And yeah, that's it. So now, and need to say, oh, nothing works somehow. Update isn't getting called. Not my fault. It's the game's fault. Are you sure update is not happening? Like, have you tried making a debug that log, or maybe you didn't assign a script? Did you assign the script that you made? And okay, I think this is all for today because I let me see, in here. Yeah, like I just did this, and there's nothing else I could do. Because I didn't have part for this. So that's it. That's it for today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching and joining me in this stream. And need to say, of course, I did assign. I'm changing settings in it. If you want, feel free to share that on Discord so I can help you more with that, or I can try to help you with that. And yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching and take care. Bye bye. Good luck. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want to do my 5 hours, but I don't have anything to do. So I don't want to keep prolonging this if I don't really have anything to do or change. So yeah, bye. Take care.